Neuralink patient.
Yeah. So I think you'll basically start with people who have pretty severe conditions, who the upside is very significant before you start like jacking people in to play games better, right?
Right.
But a wrist-based thing, I mean, that's something, I mean, like people wear stuff on their wrist all the time, right? So, and what we basically found there, that doesn't do input to you, but it's good for giving you the ability to control a computer. Because basically you have all these extra neurons that go from your brain to controlling your hand. Your hand is like super complicated. And there's actually all these extra pathways because for a bunch of reasons. Neuroplasticity, in case you like lose the ability to use one, they want to be able to have others. So you want the redundancy because being able to use your hand is super important. So in normal use, we've kind of all figured out some patterns of how we send signals from our brain to our hand. And I think the reality is there's like all these other patterns too that are unused today. So you can put a wristband on your wrist that can measure activity across these neurons. And today we're starting by basically measuring as you're like moving your fingers. But over a few versions of this we're going to get to is like you won't actually even have to move your hand. You'll just like trigger these neurons in opposing ways. It's like you probably can't see right now. It's like I'm kind of flexing something in this finger and something here. So like it's not actually moving, but there's some signal that the neural interface wristband, if I were wearing it, could pick up. And I just think we're going to like have glasses and we're going to be able to be here. And I'm like going to be able to like, text my wife or friends or something, or text AI and like get an answer to something. It's like, I forgot something while we were talking. Let me just text AI. Okay, I just did that. It's like, didn't
and you
take
can do it
anything away.
Sitting there without anyone even
totally
knowing
discreetly.
you're doing it.
Yeah, and you have glasses and like the answer just comes into your glasses. I mean, for me, one of the positive things when COVID hit, everyone in software basically started working remotely for a while because you can, right? Software, it's like, okay, whatever. You don't have to be in the office, so you can kind of be in different places. And a lot of the meetings went onto Zoom. And one of the best things about that was basically you were able to politely have all these side conversations, right? So it's like when you're seeing someone in person, it would be super rude if I like pulled out my phone and like just started texting someone. It would just be really weird, right? But when you're like talking to someone online, it's like, I don't know, I guess because they either can't tell your attention because there's not good presence, or if it's just the norm. But they're like, you have like the main group conversation. And then I was like, at least the norm for me was I could just like text different people on the side. It's like, okay, what do you think of this point that this person is making in this meeting?
Right.
Like in normal life, it's like oftentimes I'd have, some discussion, then I'd have to like sync up with people afterwards about how'd that go. But now it's like I could just do that all at the same time, right? It's like you're having the group discussion and you're having the conversations with the people about the discussion that you're having in real time. But you can only do that over Zoom. So I think being able to do that in kind of physical interactions where you're just like, you're interacting with people and you can just like use an AI augmentation to be able to get extra context or help you think through something or remember something, just to be able to kind of have a better conversation, be able to, not have to follow up on something after the fact. I think like it's going to be super useful for all these different things.
Well, it certainly can be, but I think that also opens up the opportunity for people to be even more disconnected, because if you're sort of connected to other things while you're physically in the presence of someone, so you're having a conversation with someone, but you're also like searching like where you want to eat that night, like because people are going to use it for that as well.
Yeah, I actually think it'll be a lot better on that because right now, right now we have our phones, but we're like, it's like you're like it takes you away from like the physical environment around you. Mm-hmm. You're kind of like sucked into this little screen. I think now in the future, our computing platform, as it becomes more of like a glasses or eventually contact lens form factor, is you're going to actually the internet is going to get overlaid on the physical world. So it's not like we have the physical world and now I have all my digital stuff through this tiny little window. In the future, it'll be, okay, all my attention goes to the world. The world consists of physical things and virtual things that are overlaid on it. Mm-hmm. So if we wanted to, play poker or something, it's we could have a physical deck of cards, or we could just have a virtual kind of hologram deck of cards and snap your hands. Here's the deck of cards. And like our friend who can't be here physically, like he's here as a hologram, but he can play with the kind of digital deck of cards. Also, I think, let's say you're like doing something at work, you're working on a project. I think in the future we'll have AI coworkers. Those people won't even, they're not even people. They wouldn't be able to be embodied. So if you're having a physical meeting, you're sitting around with a bunch of people, they couldn't show up as like, part of the team no matter what. But I think like we'll get to a point where just like your friend could show up in a hologram, and like your AI colleagues will be able to also. So I think like we'll basically be in this wild world where it's like most of the world will be physical. There'll be this increasing amount of like virtual objects or people who are kind of beaming in or like hologramming into different things to interact in different ways. And I actually think that natural blending of the kind of digital world and the physical is way more natural than this segmentation that we have today, where it's like you're in the physical world and now I'm just going to go tune it out to look at my like I'm going to access the whole digital universe through this like 5-inch screen.
Right.
So I don't know. It seems natural to me. It's like this is the world. There isn't like a physical world and a digital world anymore. We're in 2025. It's one world. Like these things should get blended.
God, that's such a weird concept, but it's true. I mean, that's where we're headed. We're certainly headed into deeper and deeper integration. It's not like things are moving away. We're headed to deeper and deeper integration with technology and AI. And it's inevitable. It seems like it's on this march, and there's not a lot we're going to be able to do to stop that march. Just we got to hope that the right people are in control of AI when it becomes God.
Or that it becomes widely available. I mean, I kind of liked the theory that it's only God if only kind of like one company or government controls it. Right? It's like if you were the only person who had access to a computer and the internet, you would have this like inhuman power that everyone else didn't have because you could use Google and you could like get access to all this stuff. But then when everyone has it, it makes us all better, but it's also like kind of an even playing field. So that's kind of what we're going for with this whole open source thing is I don't think that there's going to be like one AI. I certainly don't think that there should be one company that controls AI. I think you like want there to be a diversity of different things and a diversity of people creating different things with it. I mean, some of it will be kind of serious and helping you think through things. I think like with anything on the internet, a lot of it is just going to be funny and like fun and content, and people are going to create agents that are like AIs that are entertaining, and they'll pass them around almost like content, where it's like just like you pass around like a reel or a video and you're like, this thing is fun. Like in the future, like a video, it's not interactive. You watch it and you're consuming it. But I think a lot of more entertainment in the future will be inherently interactive, where someone will kind of sculpt an experience or an AI, and then they'll show someone, it's like, oh, this is funny, but like, it's not necessarily that I'm going to interact with that AI every day. It's like, okay, it's funny for 5 minutes, and then you pass it along to your friends. And so I don't know. I think you want the world to have all these different things. And I think that's probably also, from my perspective, the best way to make sure that it doesn't get out of control is to make it so that it's pretty equally distributed.
I think the problem that people have with it is not even whether or not it gets equally distributed. It's that if it becomes sentient and it goes on its own. The fear that people have, the general fear that we're going to become obsolete, is that human beings are essentially creating a superior version of higher intelligence that will be powered by quantum computing and connected to nuclear reactors. And it's going to have like this ungodly ability to, well, first of all, they've already shown that AI has learned to code. I mean, this is one of the things that OpenAI said, that they're learning how to code their own AI.
I think this year, probably in 2025, we at Meta, as well as the other companies that are basically working on this, are going to have an AI that can effectively be a sort of mid-level engineer that you have at your company that can write code. And once you have that, then in the beginning it'll be really expensive to run, and then you can get it to be more efficient. And then over time we'll get to the point where a lot of the code in our apps and and including the AI that we generate, is actually going to be built by AI engineers instead of people engineers. But I don't know. I think that that'll augment the people working on it. So I mean, my view on this is like the future, people are just going to be so much more creative and are going to be freed up to do kind of crazy things. It goes back to, my daughter was like playing with Legos before and it kind of ran out of Legos. And then now she can have Minecraft and can build whatever she wants and it's so much better. It's just like, I think the future versions of this stuff are just going to be wild. But